up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome back to the channel. So I am back with another reaction video. Now this is that viral video clip of this woman talking about her son paying for dates and first dates and that he is not a meal ticket. So baby, she let him know that her son is not going to be your meal ticket. So I want to know y'all thoughts on this video. I thought it was hilarious, but also she had a point. So I want to know your thoughts in the comments. Comment, like, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell. Y'all know what it is. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Here we go.
And him about the first restaurant he gonna take you to. What's the last restaurant your daddy took you to? Because you shouldn't be coming to him to be your daddy. That's not his role. It's a first date. I want y'all to bring that down to level 3. Y'all way on 10 with this foolishness and want to embarrass somebody. My second question is, have you ever been anywhere? Where do you take yourself? Let me see your checkbook registry. Let me log into your bank account and see what you feed yourself on a regular basis. Where do you take yourself for lunch or dinner? That's the next question I want you to answer. And then the third thing about this, yeah, come on back over here because I need you to understand what time it is. Right. A real lady is gonna be there for the purpose of what it's for. She's not looking for food because she hungry that she can't afford so she can take it to go and get a doggy bag.
Listen, I gotta chime in because she is absolutely correct. A lady who is really trying to get to know you, not these hyenas, not these ratchet modern women who are looking for food because they're hungry, just like she said. A lady who is not trying to get full on your dime is not going to be there for how much you can spend on her and all of that. She's going to be really there to get to know you. That's what the dates are for, to try to get to know the person, not about how much you can spend on them and them trying to, you know, just spend, you know, order all this food to take home and all this kind of stuff. Nah, she is absolutely right. Y'all chime in, let me know what y'all think, but let's continue.
I'm gonna wrap this up to go. Why? You ain't gonna have food tomorrow? That's a poverty mindset. So a first date, again, is to get to know the person, correct, to hang out, have fun. Y'all should be laughing and talking. It don't need to be a steakhouse.
Right.
We don't even know if you worth a steak. You might just be worth a piece of bread. So ladies, young ladies, grow up. Get some maturity about yourself. Y'all buying titties, lashes, booties, and everything else, and you want somebody else to feed you. Save your money, stop buying your body, and put it to the side so you can have some food. That's not a man's responsibility. Now, once you dating a man, and once he get to know you, and y'all vibing, and he want to take you to a nice restaurant, guess what that means? You well deserving of that. He think enough about you to make a reservation. But some of you don't have reservations about your mouth. You talk bad, you disrespectful, you ghetto, you trifling, you don't have an income that substantiates what you want this man to do.
Exactly.
You don't reserve being lazy. You full out lazy. You have no reservations on that. But you want the men to make a reservation for a restaurant, but you don't reserve what's between your legs. You passing it out like candy. You rated E for everybody.
Oh my, all right.
Listen, no lies detected, no lies detected, baby. Listen, she was absolutely on point. There was no lies detected. She told it like it was. And I think this is the harsh truth a lot of these women need to hear. They need to hear it because maybe they don't have a mother or parents who are teaching them these things. So they need to hear from somebody because the way a lot of these young women are moving is just ridiculous and it needs to change. It's not where it's at. It's not yielding them the best results out there. And instead of going around complaining about men and men aren't doing this and they don't want to do this, look at yourself. Figure out what you need to do with yourself. Focus on you getting your life together. Figure out what you need to do to better your circumstances so you won't have to be out here trying to depend on a man to buy you food and take you out and pay for your rent and pay for your babysitters and pay for all of this. You won't need to request that from a man. You should be out here being able to be an adult, a responsible adult who can take care of herself. I don't understand how we're living in this modern society with women who say they don't need a man and y'all got a bank account and y'all could work and y'all got all these businesses. Why are y'all so gung-ho on want a man paying for everything. And like she said, when you're dating, it's not the responsibility of a man to take you to all these expensive places and pay for everything. Now, if he wants to do that, and he take you to somewhere, you should be grateful for that. That he doesn't have to take you to all Root Chris and Nobu and all these expensive STK and all of these. He doesn't have to spend all this money on you. And if you're out here requiring this from a man, it doesn't make you a high class woman. It just shows you really need some work. A lot of these people have been hoodwinked and have been sabotaged by social media and reality TV. It's done a really big number on a lot of these modern women. They really think that this is the life that they should be striving for on somebody else's dime. Now listen, if you make good money or whatever money you make and you want to spend your money like that, that's you. But it's not somebody else's responsibility to come in and take on your lifestyle and your spending habits if that's not what they're into. That is not what a real man is supposed to do. And I really wish they would stop promoting this and pushing that, because honestly, it's leaving them by themselves. Any man of substance is not going around here just paying all this money for these women just to eat, every day and doing all this stuff for somebody you barely know. No, the point is to get to know a person in dating. That's it. Not for you to be trying to finesse them and getting them to spend all this money on you. It's just insanity to me. And I see it happening on a daily basis, but it's just ridiculous. The mentality of a lot of these young women. And they realize that a lot of men are not falling for it anymore. A lot of these men are walking away. They're not even giving these women a look, a chance, or anything, because they're tired of the foolishness. And I think women are going to have to wake up and really realize what's important and what they should be looking for if they want companionship, if they want a man, if they want a family, if they want something stable in life. Because guess what? Yeah, you might have a bunch of men in your DM saying Grand Rising Queen, but they not saying Grand Rising Queen because they want you to be their wives and have a family with you and put you in a house. No, they're saying Grand Rising Queen because they saw your Instagram post and they see you got a fat you know what, and that's all they're trying to do is tap that if you're gonna let them, and that's it. I think a lot of these women can level up for real, not leveling it up thinking that a man has to provide everything for you, but leveling up in your own personal life. Leveling up the way a lot of women believe leveling up is, they got it misconstrued. It's not what it is. All you're doing is setting yourself up for failure, but you don't have to. That's the gag. You don't have to continue to live your life this way. Figure out what you need to do for your life, better your situation and your circumstances, and level up in that way. And start to take care of yourself. Start to understand what's most important. Start to figure out you and what it is that you really want in life for your life. Where do you see yourself in the next 10 years? What kind of goals and aspirations do you have for yourself? Start focusing on you. I'd rather you do that and stop thinking that sleeping with men and getting men to provide a certain lifestyle for you is going to make you happy, because it's not. And on top of that, men are not doing that. And why would you want to put yourself in a position to be somebody's just meat, just tossed around? They could just do whatever they want with you to get you a bag or pay a bill, and then you got to keep on doing that. That is not going to yield you the best mindset as you get older. If anything, you're going to be left distraught, damaged goods, feeling bad about yourself, not having any self-worth or anything like that. If anything, it's going to put you in a more damaging position physically and mentally as you get older. And if that's not what you want, I would advise young women out here who can hear my voice to change that. That is not the route that you need to take, nor should you take. You don't have to put yourself out here trying to finesse men and just thinking that being a 304 is where it's at and that's empowerment. No, it's not. It's going to yield you by yourself, alone, depressed, and confused about your future and why nobody wants to deal with you on a serious level. So listen, y'all, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Comment, like, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.